Welcome to Nakua Tech. And if you're someone who has been curious to know about AI agents and how they build these AI chatbots and how do these big entrepreneurs actually build these things, then this is the video for you, because in this video, I'll teach you how you can build your own AI agents using NNN for Telegram use and Gmail use, where I'll show you step by step how you can build yourself your own AI customer care agent at ease and freely, because NNN offers a 14-day trial, and we are going to be using a free vector database store, which is also free. So you don't have excuse to learn about this, because utilizing this information is going to help you big time and is going to save you a lot of time in different tasks. So stick to the end of this video so that we can learn together how we can utilize all of this in building our AI customer care agent, or the intro. My name is Pangala and this is Nakua Tech. So before we get deeper into actually building it, I would like to explain first what is RAG. RAG simply means retrieval augmented generation. What this means is just like if you ask me to maybe tell you something that I don't know, and I go online and research about it and come with different sources and information, and then I come and tell you, oh, so this is this and this, then that's just RAG. It's called retrieval augmented generation. Why is this important and why did this came to be? You see, scientists realize that if they want to make AI models more effective, they need to utilize the similarities more often, that certain kind of ways that are more similar should be grouped in closer relations so that the AI models are able to retrieve them easily. What this means, let me show here. For instance, if we have a document that is long, and remember that in my first video, the very first one, I talked about tokens, where that AI models understand language in terms of tokens. So if the document is long, means that it utilizes a lot of context window, which means more tokens. So what it's doing is that it breaks the document into smaller chunks, like the way I'm showing you in this rectangle here. Once the document has been broken into smaller chunks, it uses what we call an embedding model, and then you have this vector store here. So this right here is what we call a vector store or database. This is how it's seen. It stores the information in 3D kind of structure, an X, Y, Z axis, where the information which are closely related, for instance, I grouped this one here, wolf, dog, and cat. These are all names of animals, so they are closely related. That's why they're grouped together here. And banana, apple are names of fruits, so that's why they are grouped here. This could be maybe names of cars down here. This could be groups of names of cars. Maybe it's Volkswagen, BMW, and something. So by doing this method, these LLMs or large language models, they are able to retrieve information more easily and a little bit more faster compared if they did it just in normal database method like SQL or ones that were used for. So RAG is a very useful thing in building AI agent that you need to master and understand very easily if you are going to be building. So with that being said, let's go to NNN. If you don't have an account, go to Google, write NNN, and then you can just sign up your account and get the 14-day trial. So let's create a workflow here. It's a new workflow here. And in this workflow, we're going to set a new trigger for Google Drive. But before we set a trigger for Google Drive, let me go and show you my Google Drive here. In Google Drive here, I have created a new folder called Nakua Tech Demo. This is the folder that I have created. And I want to rename to Nakua Tech Demo 22 just for this video. I've renamed it. Okay, the name is too long. Let's rename it to Nakua 22 or 2025. Nakua 2025. I want it to be the name to be seen. So I've created this folder here, and in this folder I have this document. I have created a document, a simple document about Nakua company, which is this document here. You can see it has services, frequent asked question, and other stuffs. So this document here, we need, remember this is in my private Google Drive. We need to bring this to NNN so that later we can send it to a vector database where we'll chunk it and then we'll be able to utilize it. And once we have that, we can use this vector so that we have created in every workflow that we make. We're going to use it for Telegram chatbot, and we're also going to be using it for the Gmail AI agent. So quickly, let's build our RAG workflow. So I'm going to search for drive, just drive here. So it brings Google Drive. What are we looking for? We're looking on changes on a specific file or on changes involving a specific folder. We are looking for changes involving a specific folder. Now, for this step, you'll need to create new credentials. I've already created my new credentials where you need to actually connect your Google Drive account to the NNN and paste your secret key or an API key and client ID in order to actually verify your account to the NNN. This is actually very easy, guys. What you can do here is come to cloud. You need to come to what we call Google Drive console or Google Cloud. So once you come to Google Cloud, first of all, it usually looks like this. So you can search for Google Drive API. Search for Google Drive API. Once you search for Google Drive API, it will open up a page where it shows you that the API is not enabled, and you'll click enable it. And once you enable it, it will allow you to it will create for you the secret key and the client ID, and you'll copy those and paste them here. But for me, I've already done this step, so I don't need to do it again. But one important thing that you'll need to do is to add your email as a test user, because if you're not going to do this step, if you're not going to add your email as a test user, you are not going to be able to verify your account. It will always tell you that it will always say that something is missing or it's not connecting because of this reason, and I had trouble doing this. So you have to add a test user here. And the test user that you're going to add is going to be the same as your email. So for some reason, I'm not seeing my test user. So let me add my test user again. And then I can save it here. And then we have a test user. So when we come back here, close, and I connect my Google Drive, changes involving a specific folder, from list I select, I should be able to see okay, provide version, grant example version code. It looks like it's not recognizing my account for changes involving a specific folder, because I changed something. This is interesting. I think I need to create new credentials as well. So let's do this really quickly. It's very interesting because I have this. So anyways, so here is the client ID, guys. I will definitely delete this after I'm done with the video. So don't think, oh, this guy is showing this information and stuff, blah, 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 you know. I'm going to delete all of this, guys. Let's save. So what you're doing, it's saying credential successful created, and now we can sign in with Google. Because once you do this step and you did not put your username into the, we're going to save this up, you have been access to the account being tested, you should only continue if you know the developer. So continue, select all, so now you can see connection successful here. Let's go back. Now that we have connected our account, and once we refresh this list, I should be able to see the folder that we created area, Nakua Tech 2025. So by doing so, what are we watching for? We are watching for file or folder updated, file created. So let's test this. If this works, we should see an output here, and we should be able to see the name of the file. That the name of the file is Nakua Tech Company Overview, which is this one, Nakua Tech Company Overview. So this means that this is working and we are able to connect. So this is the first step that you need to learn and needs to do. And I'm lucky that you saw those errors and saw how I was able to troubleshoot them fast. So this is what you're supposed to do. So for me, I'm going to delete the secret key for this as soon as I'm done with this video, because I know some of you crazy guys out there. Anyways. So after we have that, let's download our file to a binary. So we need to go to drive again, but now what we need is to download, and we'll click download file. So here, the resource is file, operation, what we're doing is file. When you're downloading it from list, instead of actually selecting the file you want to download, we need to select the ID of the folder that we are working with. So let's go back to where the file, this is the name, this is the ID. I want to put the ID and then execute. This will download the file in that folder, meaning that every time new files are created, if you remember we put that for files that are created, you should be able to download the files, because we're not downloading specifically file, we are downloading file from the ID of the folder we created. Just a step below, a step back. So anyways, let's continue here. Now we have downloaded the file, and if I click here, you can see one item. Here's a file, and in terms it's in binary. We need to send this file to a Pine store vector store, Pine code vector store. And what we are doing is we are going to add document to a vector store. So for me, I already have a Pine Code API account. I hope this is going to work easily. But if you don't have, you can come to the website. It's called Pine Code. You can just write Pine Code. You can just write Pine Code vector. We just wanted to show you how it looks, the website. So you can come to this website here and you can create your account. Once you create your account, you should arrive to a place like this. So once you have this, what we need to do is we need to create an index. So you press begin setup, and this step is very important. And in this index, let's call it Nakua Tech 25. I'm copying this, and you'll see why later. And then we need to configure that we're going to be using text embedding 3 here, and then you can leave the rest of this configuration as they are. So create this. Once you create this index, if this is your first time, you need to come to API keys here. You can see that we have no records and the namespace is 0. you need to come to API keys and create a new API key, but I've already done this step, so I'll go back to NNN and say I'm using this second one and see from list. You can see that we have Nakua Tech 25th, which is the one we just created here. Yes, on the, this is the one. Embedding batch is 200, which is okay. So once you do this, you can just leave. Now you need to connect an embedding OpenAI model. So in this step, guys, you need to also connect your OpenAI account, and you need to top up your account a little bit. Just you need to put some money on the account. And for me, I have already put money on my account. So you can go to platforms.openai, something like that. I don't know, .com. Anyways, I will just write OpenAI API and then go to this website here, and then you can sign up and create your account and then top up your account a little bit so that you can use it. So I already connected my account. I'm just going to use this, but if you can't, you can use NNN free OpenAI credentials. We are going to use this text embedding 3 small, and then we're just going to leave that for now. Let's put it here. Now, after this step, we need to connect what is called a loader. So let's connect this default loader here. Type is actually in binary, because the file, as you can see here, is in binary. So we need to change it to binary. And then once you do that, connect your text splitter or token splitter. We are going to use recursive character text splitter. Chunks and everything, they're okay. So let's test if this setup is working. And as you can see that it worked perfectly. And this, what we have achieved here is what we call a RAG pipeline. We have taken a document and downloaded it from Google Drive, and we have passed it to Pinecode vector store. And if I click here, you can see that it took the document information and produced these different chunks here. And also, if I come and click here, I can see I have outcomes here. So after here, for other people, they can continue connecting to different stuff and whatever they want to do. But for now, this is the first step on creating your RAG AI agents for customer care. So let's go and start creating now the Telegram AI agent. So for creating a Telegram AI agent, first, of course, you need to have Telegram. But anyways, let's create a Telegram node. So let's create a Telegram. Let's go to Telegram here and triggers. We need to check for on message. So once you put here, I have many accounts here that I can use, but for the sake of this video, of course, I'll need to use this. Let's create a new account. So you can click create new credentials, open doc here, and you will be prompted to this page here, open bot further, and then open Telegram. Once this open, click start here, and then /new bot. Send that. Let's name a bot called Nakua bot, and then Nakua _ bot. So this is Nakua Nakua 2 _ bot, and then it will give us this unique key. Copy it here, come back to NNN, paste it here and click save. And then since this connection is successful, let's come here and click our bot. Let's click start and say hello, and then execute step, and it was able to pull this hello. So this means that our chatbot is working. Currently it's a chatbot, it is not utilizing anything. So the execution of this step has been successful and it's working properly. So this is the first step. You have to connect it, and now we have created this step here. First we need to, let's rename this to Nakua demo 1 something, and then automatically saves it. And then let's add a switch so that we're able to classify and route different incomes, because here we need to say exists, value exists. So text, rename output, okay, say this is, if text value, let's put it here, exists, this is text. Let's add another one called audio, because sometimes people, sometimes you can use it to pass. You can see that we have text here because this is text. Sometimes you can use audio and say, for instance, hello 1 2 3, this is Nakua testing. And if I send this and I execute now, you can see that we have a unique audio file. So if I come and run this, now on the audio output or on the audio node, we have the file. So this is very important, so that we are able to classify incoming text in the audio file. So now with that we have this, we need to be able to download this file. So we are going to be using again Telegram get file, because we need to download it. So I'll just write Telegram oh shit, I don't know what, I'm so fast. And then click oh no, oh, I think did I? Okay, at least I can undo that. Okay, let's just add Telegram, and then let's put the get file here, because we need to get the file that we have downloaded. So quickly, let's learn this again. We have the audio file first, and here let's put the file ID so that we are able to download this file, and execute. See, now we have this file. Since we have this file here, we need to use the audio transcriber. I hope the generate audio transcribe a recording. Yeah, we need to be able to transcribe a recording. So I'm using OpenAI, and I already told you you need to create your OpenAI account. So anyways, I have my OpenAI account selected here. Resources, audio transcribe a recording, input data. So because it's downloading the data here, we can just learn this and see, hello, I am 1 2 3, this is Nakua testing. So this means that this is working properly. Now that we have that, we can now connect an AI agent. AI agent. And connecting an AI agent here, connected requires specific version, add properties, system message, anyways, let's just leave it here and also connect this as well. We need to add the model here, OpenAI chat model, because this is what I'm using, GPT-4 mini, blah, blah, blah. And then we need to add the vector database that we created here so that now it can easily communicate and with our own knowledge base that we created before. So I can come here easily and connect and say this, I need a pine store, vector store, description. We can call it just Nakua knowledge base. Use this tool to access Nakua Tech knowledge base to answer user about important questions. Nakua. Okay. If you remember, earlier we created a Pinecode vector database. Now, when we created that Pinecode vector database and when we run it, what actually we created is a namespace. And the name of that namespace, for some reason, I forgot to rename it, but I needed to configure the name of this namespace, but I'll show you later. So we need to copy this as default because this is the name of the namespace that we're using. So let's just paste it like that. And once you do this, we need to add an embedding model. So OpenAI embedding, yes. And then let's run this and see if it's working. And this way probably a node prompt specified. Oh, I didn't specify the system prompt. So let's add a specific system prompt. You are a helpful assistant. Your job is to answer users about Nakua Tech issues. This is just my system point. That's it. And then let's execute it. Prompt user message. So it's asking for the user message here. Let's define below. Prompt user message. Hello, how can I help you? Hello, how can I help? So input, you are helpful assistant, your job is output. Hello, I'm here to help you with okay. But also we can connect to chat trigger node. And here I think it's best to define hello, how can I help you? Okay, now that So from list, we need to select the one we created, and then it's so funny actually. I forgot to select that. So now you can see everything is working properly. And it says, hello, I'm here to assist you with questions or issues you may have regarding Aquatech. How can I help you today? Which is perfect. And this is what we need. So now that we have this, we need to send it back to Telegram. So Telegram is get a chat. So if we get a file, send an audio, send a document. I think it's send a text message here where we need to identify the chat ID, which is from the trigger actually. The chat ID is from the trigger we created, and here is the chat ID. And the text message is this one here as output. So everything is working. If I go back to Telegram, hello, I am this and this. Let's click add field, append this so that it doesn't return that I am from this message was nini. Okay, message sent. So it's working. So now that we have done that, we have completely set our Telegram AI agent. This is how you can set your Telegram AI agent, and this is one of the it was very easy, straightforward, and this is how you can utilize your Pinecode vector stores to actually set your own Telegram AI agent. So if I am to first let's save this, and then let's execute this workflow, and then say hello. It should return this. So let's ask something. These are the services. So let's say, what are the services given by Nakua Tech? So it's going through, checking everything, and it should return a reply of what are the services that we are offering. I didn't execute workflow, but let's keep it active for a second because I want it to be continuous so that I'm able to chat with this continuously. So let's copy this message here again and paste it here. So assistant output, then I go take, let me check. And we have the text output. So prompt, let's add text. Execute step. Let's I realize something here very quickly. Prompt, let's add text here and execute. Now it's able to verify because earlier I forgot and set it in a very stupid way, unfortunately. This vector store again, let's add a namespace here and name it called Nakua Demo 22. So funny that I didn't do this, which is also very crazy. I'm doing this because I want to be to have a unique name, because we didn't have a unique name. So right now, if I refresh this, I should have Nakua 22, this one. So we need to use this one because this is what it was causing an error here. So now that we have that, let's click Nakua 2022, Nakua 22, and then say hello. This will trigger successful. This will trigger successful. This triggered successful. Hello, hello, how can I assist you today with Nakua issues? You see that the prompt changed it. And also, I want to append for some reason it's not working, but anyways. So let's put it active again and taste it. What services given by Nakua Tech? Nakua Tech provide a range of services focused on delivering the blah blah blah, daily news and stuff like that. So what FAQs offered by Nakua Tech? So this is how you can build your own system for here, the frequent asked question and blah 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 blah. So of course, as you can see, that building using NNN takes back and forth, going back and forth, but this is how you can actually build it and how you can make it. But yes, so as for our last demonstration, I will be showing you how you can utilize the same process for a Gmail now account, where if a user sends you a message to your inbox, it checks for say you set the agent to reply to. So for our last workflow, because of time and I don't want to make this video too long, I'll just be explaining what these nodes are doing and how what's happening, and then I'll learn it and show you what's happening here. So again, every workflow starts with a trigger node. So we have a trigger node that is checking the emails that are coming on the inbox. So this trigger nodes is checking from our inbox, our Gmail inbox. So if I go to Gmail, this trigger node is technically just checking for any incoming mails that are related to customer care, and then it's pulling them. For this one, I pinned this one, but let's not pin this one. Let's fetch the event and see the output it's going to pull. So it pulled Nakua offers, texty, a lot of other things. These are the information that it pulled. So I'm going to send a new email here from my other account. This is the email. Send it and then come back. So if I refresh here, I want to be able to see the email that I sent. So here's the email. So if I run this now, it took the email that I sent. Hi, inakuwa team, blah 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 blah. So let's pin this because we don't have time to go through all of this. I'm going to be explaining this real quick. And later I used a text classifier, and where I classified the text to classify is I took the text that we are receiving from the email, which is hope you find you well. This one here. So this is the text that I took. Put it here. And then category, I put it into two categories. That the email that I want you to categorize for customer support, and the other categories for others. So for customer support, this any email that is related to helping out a customer. They may be asking questions about our services or related issues. For others, any email that is not customer related. For any email that is not customer related, I linked it to what we call a stop operation or a do not do operation. So this will just break everything. So if we learn this here, you'll see that it took one item to the customer support because our item is related to that. And of course, I'm using OpenAI chat model. And after that, I'm connecting it to the AI agent, where the same step I did for Telegram here, connected it to my Pinecore vector database and embedding and everything. And then if I click run this, having an issue. Okay, now it's working. Guess it was just the network. So it sent two items, I guess, because I clicked twice. So it said, dear customer, thank you for reaching out, because in this area, I've taken the text again that is sent and I have received from the text classifier, and I'm sending it here as prompt user message. And then I've created this system prompt saying you are an AI email assistant. You will always help customers with questions about our product and services, to classify company policies when needed, instructions for things to answer, and that I just use ChatGPT to quickly create this user prompt here. And then what this is doing, it is sending it back. This is the reply trigger, but it's for Gmail. Now we're taking the output, which I'm putting it is a message output here, and I'm taking the email ID, which was from the trigger. Again, this is the ID here, putting it here, and then once I execute this one, it should send back the email. So I can show you that on the mailbox that I sent this email, and it's going to send back the email. See, it worked. And because of that, you can also decide to put labels, that what kind of label you want. This is important, this is customer care, this is what. So let's go back to say to this email here, and you can see services. This is the email that we sent for my other personal account. So if I come back here, I can see that I received an email. Hello, thank you for reaching out to Nakua Tech. Here's an overview of our services along with some details of pricing, blah, 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 blah. And it gives out the whole thing. And I didn't have to do anything. I've totally automated this. So this is a very useful workflow for someone who wants to automate their mailbox and inbox. One important thing that you need to know and understand here, like also we did for the Google Drive, you need to also activate the API for your Gmail account, and you can simply do this by clicking new credentials. Because I already did that, you can click sign in with Google, and then it will simply connect to your account. You can just come to your Google Console again, um, Google Cloud Console, and then you need to search for, again, you need to search for Gmail and then activate the API. So come to the top bar here, search for Gmail, activate it for the API, and then so you can just say Gmail API. The network is a little bit shallow at the moment, but it's okay. So once it loads, just click the Gmail API, the same step we did for the other one, except for this one you don't need actually to put a test user. Then connect it, come back and sign in, and then you will be able to do all of this. So this workflow it's utilizing the same principles as we did for the other Telegram AI agent that we made. It's also using the same kind of workflow for if you're going to build it for WhatsApp. Now WhatsApp is a little bit different because you need to connect and create this Meta account to get the API, and it's a long process. Maybe in the future videos I will do that, but in this video I just wanted to show you how you can utilize lag and how you can create lag pipeline workflow and create your vector store database from using your own knowledge base, your own document, and how you can use that document to connect it to these AI agents so that you can use it to do a lot of other cool stuff and a lot of other cool things. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you enjoyed this video, please don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel, and I'll see you on the next one.